It's boom time for Komatsu. Liebherr unveils a massive monster truck, and why the US should be proud and the UK ashamed of their accident investigation protocols. All that and more on the Weekend Wrap. Let's take two power plant collapses. In one, two men are tragically killed. It would take a month, including the Christmas and New Year holidays, for the body of one of those men to be recovered from the rubble. That accident was investigated and the companies involved were cited and handed fines 17 months later. In the other, four men were killed. The bodies of three of those men lay undiscovered and unrecovered for more than 6 months. An astonishing, embarrassing, frustrating, and shameful 63 months later, no investigation has been concluded. No prosecutions have taken place. No closure has been afforded to the families of the four workers, and we still have no indication of precisely what led to the death of four innocent demolition workers. What's the difference between these two incidents and their subsequent outcomes? Approximately 3,800 miles, some water, and apparently the will of the accident investigators. The first incident occurred at the Killen Power Plant in Ohio in the US back in December 2020. A 14-story structure collapsed during demolition, claiming the lives of Doug Gray and Jamie Fitzgerald. Two companies have now been cited, and although one of the companies is contesting the rulings, fines have already been handed down. The second occurred at Didcot in the UK in February 2016. A part of the boiler house collapsed during demolition operations, claiming the lives of Michael Collins, or Mick Collins, Ken Cresswell, Christopher Huxtable, and John Shaw. To date, there has been no publication of the investigation findings, no blame or responsibility appointed, and no prosecution or legal retribution. So why is there such a massive gulf between UK and US prosecutions? I wish I knew the answer. One possible explanation is that the US is a highly litigious society, and as a result, its legal system is a well-oiled machine that can suck in cases at one end and spit them out the other so fast it would make your head spin. Another possible explanation is that the HSE has seen its budgets cut and its investigator numbers slashed, or that it's now more focused upon handing out minor intervention fines to keep its beleaguered coffers filled. Whatever the reason, the gulf between the US and the UK system for accident investigations and prosecutions is there for all to see. It took 1 month to recover the body of a man killed on a US demolition site. It took 6 times that long to recover 3 here on the UK. It took 17 months to investigate and prosecute that incident in the US. So far, it's taken 4 times that long in the UK, and the clock is still ticking. Maybe the US is more litigious. Maybe the HSE is underfunded and understaffed. Maybe, just maybe, the Americans care for the bereaved just a little bit more. But the biggest question is this. The Health and Safety Executive is there to hold to account those that fail in their duty of care. But who is holding the HSE to account when it fails in its duty? Now, you know when you go to buy a telescopic handler, what are the key factors that you're looking at? Lift height, lift capacity, fuel consumption levels, operator comfort, local dealer support. The chances are you're probably not considering the machine's ability to withstand a bomb blast, or whether it can be dropped from an aircraft, or if the cab has a dedicated space for an assault rifle. However, those fine folks over at Manitou have just released a short film that details precisely why their machines are suitable for military deployment. And we have that film right here for your viewing pleasure. In the unlikely event that I'm ever asked to go to war, I think I'll be taking Manitou with me. Now, as we all know, the long-awaited Balmer exhibition has been pushed back to October 2022. And having been starved of live and physical events since March last year, I was already looking forward to my visit to Munich. But a press release dropped on my desk yesterday afternoon, and suddenly I'm looking forward to it even more. Liebherr has just announced the launch of a new 305-ton payload rigid truck called the T274. And it is a beast. It's designed to be matched with Liebherr's biggest excavator, the 800-ton R9800, which will load the monster truck in 4 passes. Now, if you've been to Balmer before, you'll know that the Liebherr stand is traditionally the beating heart of the show. Not only does the company show off literally hundreds of products, but the front of the stand usually features some of the biggest machines in the Liebherr portfolio. Now, there is, of course, no guarantee that the T274 will be at Balmer, but if it is, trust me, it will be an absolute showstopper. Back in January last year, just before the world went entirely mental, I went to Derby to see the latest addition to the AR demolition equipment fleet. It was a Kiesel multi-carrier, although if you look carefully enough, you could see there was a Hitachi excavator lurking beneath the surface. The site on which the machine was deployed was incredibly tight, just enough room for one machine and a dust suppression unit. But the machine was equipped with a quick change boom system produced by the highly innovative Kiesel company over in Germany. So AR Demolition was able to deploy 2 different booms and several attachments to get this tricky job done. I honestly recall leaving the site feeling mightily impressed, and I got precisely the same feeling watching the video I'm about to show you. Those extremely clever people at Komatsu have developed their own boom switch system called the K100. It does precisely the same job as the Kiesel system, but importantly, this one is produced by a mainstream manufacturer. Let's take a look. Now, I think we've all seen the way that quick couplers for attachments have changed the landscape in the demolition industry. So I can genuinely see that K100 system giving Komatsu a real competitive edge in the field of demolition. And sadly, we begin with a story, the theme of which is all too familiar. A worker has been seriously injured on a site in Liverpool, the Construction Inquirer is reporting this morning. Merseyside police said the victim, in his 30s, had fallen from height, leaving him with serious injuries to his head, back and leg. It's understood that the man fell down a lift shaft. The site is on Old Hall Street, contains the old Liverpool Daily Post and Echo building that is being converted into a hotel, retail and office space. You might recall that a little over a week ago, a father and son were actually killed in a fall from height on another site in the city of Liverpool. Sadly, in both instances, the families of those injured and killed will now face a prolonged and agonising wait while the Health and Safety Executive carries out its investigations into the cause of these two incidents. But our thoughts are with the families of all of those men.
If you enjoyed this show, please consider supporting us. Go to buymeacoffee.com/demolition news.